It's come to that point. Stephanie White could give us $100 and we'd be like, damn, this is all you're going to give me? Like, she can't do anything right. So it's very weird how the Indiana Fever are continuing to try to make this something that it's never going to become.
The boiling point has officially arrived in Indiana, and the latest collapse proves this is no longer just standard team frustration. It is an absolute internal emergency. For weeks, a toxic mix of erratic rotations, chaotic offensive schemes, and relentless heat on head coach Christie's sides has built an absolute pressure cooker around Caitlin Clark. And the lid just blew entirely off. The tension was suffocating from tip-off as a completely disconnected Fever squad floundered on the floor, sending fans into an absolute frenzy both in the arena and across social media over a roster that looks entirely fundamentally flawed. Everything fractured permanently late in the third quarter when cameras caught Clark completely done hiding her misery, visibly firing off at the sideline in her own bench after yet another broken play. A raw, unedited moment that instantly went viral under a wave of Clark is done and Sides has lost the locker room declarations. Adding absolute fuel to the fire, Aaliyah Boston was spotted looking completely furious during timeouts, passionately demanding answers while staff desperately tried to suppress the bleeding, while Kelsey Mitchell appeared completely fed up in the second half, seemingly stepping in to emotionally anchor and defend her rookie guard during highly volatile sideline huddles. The internet has completely exploded with theories that the locker room is in total rebellion to shield their superstar from incompetent management. And while Clark herself has maintained a calculated, eerie public silence, the undeniable body language tells the entire story. The Indiana Fever are operating on the absolute brink of a total systemic meltdown.
Deserve support once we see the offense and how CC is being used, not parked in a corner getting iced out again. Stop trying to manufacture approval through non-stop propaganda videos and put that energy into the product on the court instead. Damn! Stephanie White, you're in for a long season, sweetheart. If this team doesn't come out the gates like a freight train, it's gonna be a dark couple weeks. Shout out to John Luke. I gotta be honest. It's gonna be a rough couple of weeks if this team stumbles out the gates. If you guys lose this home opener on Saturday, oh Lord. Scott Agnes, you want to talk about dark side. You want to talk about the dark side. You still don't get why your ticket prices dropped. Please make it stop. That's how I feel listening to Stephanie White. When Stephanie White gives her press conferences and her interviews in between practice, that's how I feel. Like, make it stop, please. Make her just stop. Stop.
That eerie, calculated public silence only amplified the panic, making the unfolding drama feel massive as fans watched the cold, emotionally locked-in Caitlin Clark seemingly realize she could no longer protect the organization with her compliance. The breaking point arrived when yet another viral timeout clip was scrutinized frame by frame online, with supporters analyzing every micro-expression and piece of hostile body language as absolute confirmation that the team hierarchy had completely fractured. The psychological weight resting on Indiana has reached an impossible baseline because Clark is no longer just executing a basketball playbook. She is carrying the financial and cultural relevance of the entire league under a relentless national microscope, where every single mistake becomes a headline. Post-game, the digital arena turned entirely hostile as Fire Stephanie White immediately began trending globally, with brutal comment sections and major sports pages obliterating the coaching staff for completely wasting a generational talent's prime years through structural chaos, zero offensive continuity, and unchecked internal controversy.
Right. An estimated $119,000 last season in on-court earnings. Clark ranked 6th in Sportico's 15 highest paid female athletes of 2025 by pulling in nearly $16 million in endorsements from companies like Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm. Okay, here it says, as Clark begins her third pro season against Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd and the Dallas Wings on Saturday, she inked a multi-year extension with Xfinity as a brand ambassador that further establishes her status as a cornerstone in the company's basketball strategy, which includes its designation as the WNBA and NBA's official TV service provider. As Clark grows as an endorsement sensation and business mogul, she's well aware that the on-court achievement will unlock so much more, okay? And the only way she's gonna get the on-court achievement is if her fans see her doing what brought them in, the logo threes, the exciting passes, the exciting jaw-dropping style of play. Okay, here it says, one of the most important things somebody has ever said to me is you've reached this point, but as you continue to grow, the thing you have to be able to do is win, Clark told Yahoo Sports. I feel like that's the point I'm kind of at now. You have to be able to win. That's my main focus, winning and winning a championship. Everything else will come along with that. Indiana did a fine job of winning last season without Clark, who was limited to just 13 games due to a groin and ankle injuries that included missing July's All-Star weekend in Indianapolis. That was supposed to be a showcase of how she helped elevate the game to new heights. The 6-seeded Fever upset the Atlanta Dream in the first round of the playoffs and took the eventual champion Las Vegas Aces to overtime in the deciding Game 5 of the semifinals, okay? Here it says that was all without the 6-foot point guard whose long distance threes and dazzling skill set has put eyeballs on games and butts in seats that saw her finish fourth in MVP voting as a rookie. Okay, so while Sophie Cunningham and all them are talking about Kelsey Mitchell might win, Caitlin Clark might win MVP. Caitlin Clark was the odds-on favorite, tied with Asia Wilson to win MVP this season. The girl was fourth in MVP as a rookie. Y'all better get some act right and act like y'all know what the hell is going on around here and understand that this is the Clark Show, baby. This is the Clark Show. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. Okay, we root for all of y'all, due in part because we are rooting.
Lexie has rapidly emerged as the ultimate lightning rod for online praise, with fans rallying behind her raw, unchecked passion and fierce public defense of a rookie point guard inside a fractured locker room. The digital frenzy reached a fever pitch as unverified whispers leaked that multiple players have grown entirely disillusioned with the current system, instantly providing sports debate shows with endless fuel to dissect a squad that looks completely emotionally disconnected. The consensus across the basketball world is unanimous. The suffocating pressure bearing down on Caitlin Clark has reached an impossible, unprecedented baseline, and the fan base is angry at her. They are absolutely furious for her as she battles systemic chaos alone. The definitive breaking point materialized in one final, haunting image as Clark walked off the floor shaking her head to a chorus of home court boos, a viral symbol of a generational superstar trapped under the weight of an organizational collapse. Now, as a massive fan revolt collides with sideline anarchy, the entire sports world is staring at the ultimate ultimatum. Can Clark single-handedly rescue this franchise from a total systemic meltdown? Or has the Indiana era already crossed the point of no return? Lexie has rapidly emerged as the ultimate lightning rod for online praise, with fans rallying behind her raw, unchecked passion and fierce public defense of a rookie point guard inside a fractured locker room. The digital frenzy reached a fever pitch as unverified whispers leaked that multiple players have grown entirely disillusioned with the current system, instantly providing sports debate shows with endless fuel to dissect a squad that looks completely emotionally disconnected. The consensus across the basketball world is unanimous. The suffocating pressure bearing down on Caitlin Clark has reached an impossible, unprecedented baseline, and the fan base is angry at her. They are absolutely furious for her as she battles systemic chaos alone. The definitive breaking point materialized in one final, haunting image as Clark walked off the floor shaking her head to a chorus of home court boos, a viral symbol of a generational superstar trapped under the weight of an organizational collapse. Now, as a massive fan revolt collides with sideline anarchy, the entire sports world is staring at the ultimate ultimatum. Can Clark single-handedly rescue this franchise from a total systemic meltdown? Or has the Indiana era already crossed the point of no return? Lexie has rapidly emerged as the ultimate lightning rod for online praise, with fans rallying behind her raw, unchecked passion and fierce public defense of a rookie point guard inside a fractured locker room.